just how your team handled not only the emotion of Paul George coming back, but just a close game and how they handled the emotion of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we battled the whole 48 minutes. I liked a lot more of the consistency for the full 48. I mean, I thought we got into a little bit of a difficult time there when they called timeout. I think we were up with 11 with maybe a little bit more than 5 to go. We just had a hard time making some shots, generating some shots, and certainly Victor in the middle of the floor was good for them. But our guys kept battling and fighting, and found a way to gut it out.
That third quarter's been trouble. You guys got down again and then came back and fought back. How big was that, even mentally, for this team to show they can push through that?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, like, for any team, and especially us, is that you want to come out of the locker room and play well right away. I mean, that first 3-4 minutes is important. And Indiana did, and it wasn't like we weren't playing well. I mean, Indiana played well. They made some shots, which was great. And then I thought our second unit played very, very well tonight.
Russell and Paul and Carmelo really struggled to make shots. What did you think of the things you got from Alex and Patrick and some of those guys?
I mean, I'm not saying every single one of those shots that they were able to get were like clean looks, but they had a lot of really good looks tonight, in my opinion. They didn't shoot the ball particularly well. I thought Russell was really terrific in the first. I think he took 5 shots. He had 9 assists. I think Raymond had 4. We had 17 assists at half, which was a positive. I thought the ball movement was good. To your point about Alex and even Patrick Patterson, we had some guys step up and make some shots. That's the thing that's amazing with Paul is, one is I thought he had incredible poise tonight. Everybody was asking about how is he going to be, how's he going to be, how is he, and I really hadn't noticed anything different. But probably the one thing people may look at the fact is that he didn't shoot the ball particularly well tonight, but I thought he did a really great job on Victor in terms of trying to create difficult shots and make him have to make difficult shots. But I thought his defense and certainly on the side of the bounce play was really critical for us.
Billy, do you have a theory or an explanation as to why the low efficiency games kind of keep seeming to happen for Russ, Melo, and Paul George?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, the one thing that I do know in talking to those guys, in fairness of them, is the biggest thing. Has our ball movement at times not been great? Yes, but they're making a very conscientious effort to move the ball. My opinion, I think this is a huge adjustment for all those guys, in the fact that sometimes they go possessions, whether it be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, without ever touching the ball. And now all of a sudden it comes back to them on the 8th and they're open. For them in their careers, they've never had to do that before. That's a little bit different. The ball's always kind of come back to them. I'm not saying they shot it every time, but probably pretty much most possessions, the ball was in their hands. They were making a play, making a shot, but they knew it was eventually coming back. And I think that's an adjustment for those guys. I think for Carmelo in particular, like sometimes the ball gets quickly hopped around and it finds him at the 3-point line open, but he hasn't touched it, in 4 or 5 times. Now, that's something he's got to get better at because he is a pro. He's been unselfish. But I think that is the biggest thing for these guys, is that they've never, ever had to do a lot of this before because they were so responsible to carry teams. And this is different. And I think that's one of the things I look at in the shooting percentages is they have not shot the ball very, very well. It's not because they're getting really terrible looks and every shot's forced. That's not the case. Like, I thought Paul got great looks tonight. Didn't make any. You didn't make any. It's a little bit different for him. He may go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possessions down the floor, and all of a sudden, we were running that play in the second quarter where we having Steven Adams rolling, and we got a lot of good stuff at it. Russell was downhill, Steven Adams was rolling, Carmelo made a 3. Our efficiency was really good, but Paul never really touched the ball. But now all of a sudden on that next possession it hits him. That's different for these guys. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that's all right. That's what I see, and that's what I think that a lot of people don't realize of what the challenge is for these guys. It's not that they can't play together. It's not that they're not being unselfish. It's they're totally doing things they've never had to do before. And I think one of the things that always gets affected is the efficiency part.